Alright, hey, hi, hello. A little delayed on the start there. Thinking in my head. Um, Brain farts. I actually need to get something on the side ready, so I'll talk while I'm doing that. Um, so, what we're seeing here, it's been a bit since I've done a, this quest speed run. Not because I've lost interest, but just, I've been busy. But I'm doing another one, and hopefully I can get a couple more down the line. Who knows? But for now, I'm getting back into this because I need a refresher. I need to remind myself. I have to learn how to hate again. Okay, there we go. I have my cheat sheet open. Alright. But I do also want to get one more time on video a lot of the steps that go into this. So of course the first thing that we do usually I do these off camera, is you fire up a game, you do a soft reset to simulate hitting the reset button, and that is to populate some information, some data into the game. No RNG is based off the name of the character, that's just its own thing, and timer starts as soon as you hit accept on name entry. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Hill of Destiny, that's it, not Mountain of Ordeal. Mountain Ordeal is FF4. Yeah, Hill Destiny isn't really too much. Mashing A, in a previous scrapped attempt, what I'm about to explain did not go so well. But the Gorgon here, the Behemoth, is pretty much a whatever fight. For the most part, it's not free because RNG can hate you, but it is just a matter of hitting the boss 4 times or 1 and a crit before it hits you 5 times or 2 and a crit. And today, this blessed day, it does not go south. Hey, Dragon Flame, I'm alright. I've conquered the first hurdle, which is the tutorial fight. Because apparently, that's the hardest goddamn fight in the game. But yeah, the Gorgon for the most part, Gorgon is what the enemy type is called later when it shows up as a normal enemy. The Behemoth is such a nothing enemy that, I don't even give it a split. Weird thing, it's actually possible to get to Farsta without the tree wither. If you just jump twice after you jump over the old man, you don't push the rock out of the way, so the old man doesn't give you the tree wither. And then Kaylee's just like, man, if there was only... Oh, it's a shame what's happening to the forest. Oh, right. Alright. Well, that sucks. I forgot that I'm having start button problems. Oh fuck. Walking into walls. The Mystic Quest version of a bonk. For a lot of these early fights, we're going to leave Kaylee on auto. Because she's going to go before us. And will kill enemies. Because we did the, this is where I will a little bit explain what we did earlier when we loaded up the endgame save. So, I'm not going to go into menus and show it because that eats time. It eats my record. But loading into an endgame save loads the partner's equipment into memory. And Mystic Quest isn't a terrifically programmed game, so that equipment, got the message speed, that equipment stays in memory forever. Until you save and quit. So Kaylee will, or our partner will always have the same equipment. Oh, that's split. Our partner will always have the equipment that the endgame character had, which is, you know, a lot of stats resists and elemental resists and what have you. So, good to do that. I usually split on bosses fading out, or the screen fading out after a boss dies. So. That's my rule of thumb. The other thing very important for a later glitch is that certain chests need to be opened in a certain order, with slight exceptions. There's maybe ways to work around it, but the ones that I have in my head are the absolute correct order to do it in. Oops. Suboptimal. How long into the run do we do the move? Optimally, about 40 to 50 minutes in. The move, for those catching this for the first time, is a very interesting glitch that extremely fucks up our inventory. Buns are hard. Tristan generally stays on auto for his entire duration in the party. The biggest thing about fighting with Tristan is that you want a lot of two-man formations. One-mans are obviously faster because you have to suffer one less attack, but two-mans kill, and for the Dagon, the Boner Dagon, you you generally want to hit level 4-ish. I have seen, like, I think one run where they hit 5, and that was just mainly they got nothing but 2 enemy fights. If you want to talk about optimizing on a one-man Minotaur, but I never remember this, you actually want to remove Tristan off of auto to manual. And just add Benji attack, since Tristan's attack does not kill. Alright. Seeds are extremely important for the run because the run mostly relies on magic. So much to the point that we need to dupe seed twice, which is the second major glitch of the game, of the run. And generally you actually hope for some fights that you need to run from, some 3 enemy fights, so that you can dupe without having to run from optimal formations. In my run, I pick up Quake sort of as a safety strat. It just makes some fights in a specific dungeon a little faster. Now, fortunately, we did not get shitty formations. I'm going to think for a moment here. So pretty much, duping a seed is use an item on yourself, go to the partner, exit out, run, and then the item is duped. I now have 5 seeds, which is pretty much optimal, if I do everything else correctly. Now, this game is more or less bookended by the fact that Benji is a fantastic healer. And the Bunodalion, being undead, is hurt the most by Benji healing it. Honestly, if the boss keeps hitting Tristan for not a ton of damage, that's for the best. But also, we cannot have Tristan die. This is actually good. Yeah. Because with the way that stuff works... Hold up. This is gonna be close. Alright, well, anyway. Not a fantastic split there, but eh. I have completely lost my train of thought at this point. RNG, right. We kind of want the boss attacking Tristan more, and because the boss can do the 2-hit or double-hit things, we really want him to go single-hit on Tristan. Because that'll result in like 15 damage. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of work behind closed doors. Oh, a little bit of stoppage. Oh no. Really, unfortunately, because we do not have exit yet. We have to hoof it out of the dungeon. But there's one important thing to still pick up on the way out. That is right here. So, equipment does weird shit in Mystic Quest. Each of the weapons actually has a unique property. The axe just hits really hard, the bombs hit AoE, which are pretty obvious when you see them in action. The sword gives you 5 points of speed, and a later weapon we get gives you 5 points of magic. The shield, besides giving you a bit of defense, actually gives you a bit of speed as well. So, always want that. Later we get a helm, and the helmet gives you 5 points of attack. And armor is just your easiest way to get more defense, and accessories give you a ton of status resists. To the point where, well, except for the first one. The first one just gives you a point of defense. Doesn't give you any status resists. But the run itself makes a point of buying the last accessory because, again, status resists. They're good. Especially here in Mystic Quest. Status effects suck. Oh, right. I don't grab that anymore. Gotta remember that. You wanna grab those bombs before you talk to Phoebe? Because talking to Phoebe actually pretty much puts you halfway towards the door. It's just faster in that sense. Gonna make a quick stop in Wintera, I believe, or Watera, I believe is the town's name. All the towns in this game have fantastic names. Just for that little scene, Phoebe tells you, "Hey, we need to head to Ice Cave, Ice Town." All right. Phoebe is fantastic. She's very strong. And for all the dungeons on her path, she will be more or less one-shotting all the enemies. And it's great. There's a little oddity in the way that targeting works for the AI, in that... Oh, does this work? Does this formation work? Yes. Okay, I know what I need to do.
Hello, how's it going?
Hey.
Check this out, chat. Watch this hot move. It's just WanderingNewbie, right? There's no the.
Yeah, just WanderingNewbie.
One word?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, chat, I'm gonna be in this place I'm hosting immediately, so see you there!
Oh, fuck balls. I completely have forgotten this enemy formation. This is the only time that this instance comes up.
Nice.
Ah, fuck it, I'll guess. Also, oh wow, thank you for the host.
Yeah, no problem. That's weird. How'd that happen?
Yep, I guess I was wrong. Yeah, that is the only time that that formation comes up, where it's two snakes and an hedgehog, and Phoebe still has her claw. Because the claw is weaker than her bow. She cannot kill the hedgehog in one hit. Piss. Yeah, so I'm just doing a refresher run. I don't think any of my splits are going to be best split, but...
Man, I need to fix Twitch right now. Like, it has a different email associated with the one that I use for Amazon Prime now, and I need to tell them, like, hey, I want Amazon Prime. I want my Twitch Prime, because I'm just still getting ads. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let me support my boys.
So yeah, this was something I was mentioning earlier, but there's an oddity with the targeting with multiple enemies in this, in that if they're different enemy types, your AI won't actually just AoE cast. They'll single target one of the enemy types. So in those situations, you actually have to manual target your AI.
So how is the AI targeting in general?
Generally good. They'll always, except if you're low on health and then they cast Cure. Oops.
And that's bad. You don't want that?
Generally not. It's a waste of time.
Mm.
But generally, so the AI is like super adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
In that they actually put in their command when they take their turn.
Nice.
Which is important in certain edge case scenarios, which are if the boss takes a turn before your partner and kills Benji, then instead of doing whatever the AI was going to do, it will actually heal Benji instead. It will raise Benji from the dead.
Nice.
And yeah, this is why we pick up Quake earlier, because it gives us a few fights where we can save spell uses on Phoebe, which just allows us to run through this faster, and we have to dupe less seeds, which is a bit of RNG I don't like dealing with.
Art. Ah, fucking horsemen. God damn it. Not again. Not again with these fucking horses. Whoa! Really good expression those horses made when they were getting hit by explosions.
Every damage sprite in this game is fantastic. They're all supreme. Not one is bad. Oh, what is this one? This one is bomb and lightning. So more or less what doing the whole picking up Quake and using that in the 1 or 2 fights it's usable in this dungeon. As stated before, it makes it so I have to dupe a seed one last time, which is just a bit like it's more or less trading, but I don't know. I've just found it gets me through Winter Cave faster.
I mean, that's the goal. That's the end game, right? Is do it faster.
Yep.
Speed running.
Time to go fast. Also, thank you to everyone that's been following.
Hey, everyone who's been following. Fuck you. Nah, I'm kidding. Thanks.
Ooh.
I'm here to improve your stream. Trust me, this is how you get the you get the reverse psychology and the forward psychology if you do it as a team. That's the move. That's a hot trick.
I may have fucked up supremely. See if this bomb kills. Ooh, maybe. Uh-oh. And let's just do the fight the correct way, the way we were gonna do it. There we go, fixed everything.
So what was the plan here? Was it like bomb Quake? or bomb manual aim shot?
It was, I believe that formation is Thunder. It's Thunder Bomb. This Thunder should kill the. Thunder should always kill turtles.
Turtles. Yeah.
Because they're weak. And then it'll leave the other boys messed up. Just enough for Bomb to finish off.
Nice.
Oh, wrong character. Actually, will she? No, she'll probably use fire.
Yeah, Mystic Quest is a good run because it turns out like a game that's normally like too easy or something, like people complain it's just way too easy of a game or something. Speedruns can make that hard. Speedruns can very effectively make a very easy game hard. Like it was like learning Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap, and I was learning the easy run and I was like, this might not be fair. It turns out though, when you take like quadruple damage and deal half damage and also like only have 3 hearts instead of 10, no, the game gets pretty goddamn hard. So like Mystic Quest, oh, you're not leveling up at all? Oh, you're just skipping an entire quarter of the game, maybe more.
Speaking of when the game gets hard, boss fight.
Boss fights, yeah, here we go.
Boss fights are continuously RNG. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Here in the early game, because of the equipment glitch that we do very early on. Oh, God. Oh, wait, actually, AI, not entirely wrong on that one. But to make something faster later, don't actually want to use that spell.
Oh, do you need to save that spell for down the line?
Yeah, the next dungeon. If I remember right, yes. There's 2 fights that require thunder. And also, it only does about 400 damage more than the normal attack. As long as we don't get RNG'd.
So a lot of this seems like it's like managing to know the optimal paths to deal with whatever RNG you've been dealt.
Pretty
and, like,
much.
adapting to it pretty quickly and being like, okay, can I afford to spend this other thing, or am I going to need this down the line? Like, making calls on what's going to save you time versus like lose you time.
The early game is obscene spell optimization.
Yeah.
Of like knowing exactly what spells you'll need for what parts of the dungeon. And because there's the whole like, I've duped 5 seeds. So I have 5 seeds total. They're the full MP refill. And having to dupe another seed is a wasting of like 10 seconds because I have to go in and out of the fight. And then I have to hope that I get the proper RNG in the fight formation, so on and so forth down the line. And optimizing your spell usage just makes it so you don't have to dupe that extra seed. And then bosses are a bit of RNG because, they have some nasty moves, they have some mean moves. The first boss, the Bonerous Rex, which is a great name. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up supremely. I went to the wrong place. This is what happens when I talk and try to do it at the same time.
I understand.
But,
there were, I literally fucked up 2 runs of Wonder Boy because I forgot to, like, after you get the legendary sword, when you walk out of the room, you walk right back in because the chest that had the legendary sword now just has, like, $1 million that you need to buy another sword. And I just got the legendary sword, fucking walked right the fuck out the door. It was just like 10 minutes later, someone was like, that's where the be right back clip that is getting spread around a little bit comes from, was because I realized I was at the Taz sword, realized I couldn't afford it, and was like, wait, why don't I have money? Shit, where was I supposed to get money? And then I read chat and Tina's like, it was way back in the castle, you fucked up real bad. And I'm like, ah! Like I basically would have added like probably 10 minutes to the run, so not good, not great.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, right. So the first boss, like the RNG for that one, comes from you extremely do not want him attacking the main character. This main character can take maybe 2 hits from him. And the main character is also the highest DPS on him because, I don't know if you know this, but the main character's cure spell is incredibly powerful.
Oh, when he's an undead enemy?
Yes. So, whereas your partner with their melee is doing like 130 damage, the main character is doing like 250. Like, today, my split on that boss is not so great because the main character died twice.
And that's probably why you're up a minute.
Yeah.
When do you usually do your splits? Do you do it when
fade
you
out
kill
from the
enemy?
boss. Not like when the
Okay.
boss dies, but when it fades back into the field.
Yep. This seems like it'll be a nice one. Splitting will be pretty easy. There's been a couple games where like actually splitting is a pain and it makes me want to bust out my foot pedal and assign a button on the foot pedal to just be split. I'm
Yeah.
serious. I think it'd be really good. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think Author does something like that actually.
Also,
I've seen
yeah,
him use
so
foot pedals for it.
you're actually seeing here exactly where I fucked up with being auto on that boss. So the Lamias here are extremely weak to lightning.
Oh, and you needed more lightning.
I
Yeah, so
needed
they
one
do
more
what you
use
were
of
supposed to.
lightning, which I accidentally used on the boss by keeping Phoebe on auto. Now we refresh right for the upcoming boss, so I might be able to finagle something here. The bomb and a AoE fire. This fire should kill. Nope, did not kill the Sadhagen. Yeah, it's gonna be an extra turn. But right there, you're seeing why we do the equipment glitch at the beginning of the game. Phoebe just has sleep resist already.
Nice.
So I think I explained that once to you briefly, but what the equipment glitch is, and for the people that came in post me doing it, whenever you start a run, whenever you start the game for the first time, you have an endgame file, like right before the final boss, and you load that up, and then soft reset, and it keeps the equipment data for your partner in memory. So when you start a new game, your partners just have that endgame equipment for the rest of the game. And right there, with that block formation that we do, we skip that fight over there.
Nice.
So we'll probably use up one more seed in, or the last 2 seeds in the next dungeon. Before we do the move, and then seeds don't matter. So this boss is
you only
really...
have,
Go ahead.
11 attempts so far since you've been recording times?
Or
Or do you only have it as completed runs versus like number of attempts and resets and stuff?
I don't have number of total attempts on there. That's just number
Okay.
of total attempted runs I've done.
Yeah.
Those bosses.
Yeah, it's not too bad. This is a longer game, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
This boss is super rude if it actually chooses to use its melee attack. I am out of wizard. Uh-oh. Crit, we're good. Just get a crit, you're fine. So when you say seed, do I mean an RNG seed or the actual seed item? There's an item that is a seed that just refills your magic to full. Actually needed 2 heals there. Oh, yep. Fucked up the crowd split. Oh well. I'm behind enough that it's not going to give me a good ice split.
You also can skip splits with live split, by the way.
Oh, how do you do that?
I mean, if you don't have a button assigned to it, you just right-click on the thing and say skip split. If you want, during other screens, you could undo split and then skip split, and then it would unfuck it.
Yeah, let's figure that out right now.
Also, you did stop it at 420, which, nice.
Alright. I'll just skip split on the next one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So if you're somehow lucky enough to get in here with a wizard spell still on Phoebe, I think I can put her on auto and she'll... Yeah, she does the good thunder. You can take care of that fight, and then the upcoming Sahagins right here before having to use your seed, which just makes spell management later in the dungeon a little easier. Oh, piss. I was supposed to be on bombs. So it's a little weird thing about this dungeon. The usual thing is that the enemies are like wrapped in illusion or some bullshit. You have to sort of stumble around the first floor until you find this mirror that reveals all the enemies. But obviously in a game where the enemies are already just set on the map, you don't care about that in the speedrun, you just memorize where the enemy locations are.
Yeah, you just know where the invisible shit is. Oddly common in speedrunning. Just know where the invisible things are, or just be able to navigate the room in the dark. No, we're not teaching a Pokemon Flash. Just fucking run through there, idiot.
But yeah, Phoebe consistently stays as the most useful partner in her part of the run because she just one-shots most fights. It's not until you get to the higher parts of the tower, or pyramid, that starts becoming a problem. Good formation for this octopus, too. Octopus... excuse me. Octopus can come in a formation with this, like... They call it a Sphinx, but it's like... I guess Sphinx is probably a good term for that enemy and how it looks. But it comes with extra thing that,
It's a weird, like, chimeric amalgamation of animals.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, hey, newbie, I don't think I have a mod here. You should amend that.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is that?
Bots and shit.
Oh, there we go. We just start the next fight.
Wizards. Wizards.
There we go. Rectified.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, it's actually once you start encountering those Manta core chimera things that it actually becomes a problem in this dungeon. It's the rare instance of Phoebe getting blinded. Because it's like the one status resist you don't actually get for your ally. Now we're getting to the part of the pyramid where I question myself of how many spell uses does Phoebe have left? She starts out with like 20. And I can't keep track of that many. You pretty much have to use a seed on her at the beginning of the dungeon, and then a little bit, like just about when you hit the top floor. Ah, fuck. Maybe a little earlier. That's right. That's why you defend with the eye boys. You defend the main character, because otherwise Phoebe she'll use thunder, because they are weak to thunder, and the AI is smart. So she should have like 2 fire spells and 1 thunder left. The next floor has shit. I think a wizard fight, the first manticore fight, chimera, sphinx, whatever the fucking called. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's pretty much the perfect way for a wizard fight to go. You want Benji to go right after Phoebe, otherwise the wizards cast heal on themselves, and that's a pain in the ass. Alright. Oh, 2 black, 1 wizard. Should... So this is the Sphinx Fight right here. I want to say you... AoE Bomb and AoE Thunder. Thunder should kill the eye. Bomb should take out the Sphinxes. Perfect. Whoop. You fall down right here? Fuck. Well, I super F something up. But, we won't see that for a little bit. And I should be able to fix it before it's an issue. I just have to guess. Which is always a risky proposition. Fuck. Alright, well, anyway. Let's see what fire does. Hey, for the follow. Yeah, that'll get the job done. Normally you'd want another thunder or something along the lines there. But that doesn't work. So, way back on the first floor, way back on the first floor, there was a chest I was supposed to open. And they gave me an item called a refresher. And then I'm supposed to open that chest right there, which gives me an item called a heal. Which is just, you know, refresher does status changes. The heal does, whoops! Hit B1 too many times. The heal does status effects. The reason we grab those in that order at this point is to set something up for way, way, way later in the game. Luckily, I know where there's a chest that has heal in it. Here for the follows. Normally, I think I'd be using this a little later, but again, we messed up a usage of spell earlier. Should be down one. Should be able to make this work though. Yeah. Thank you everyone for the follows. Been a lot of them coming in. I think you might be able to get off there with using the sword instead of bombs. Just because A, sword has a faster animation, B, it's more likely that it comes out because you have the boosted to speed from having a sword out. Sometimes you go too fast with a sword. That should work out. Yes, okay, we're good. That's the one I was trying to hit. I'm getting really lucky with the Sphinxes, though, in that they keep going for Phoebe with their Confuse. Because if they go for Benji, that's not really like a run stopper or anything like that, but it is a pain in the ass. And that's last fight before the boss. Perfect. Alright. Oh, no, Ice Golem. Ice Golem's a pain in the butt. Phoebe will heal Benji in the event that he takes damage, but really we want her to be using her turns to cast fire. We want to do risky strats. We can manual control her and just go to town. Except then she uses the bow and arrow, so maybe I just will manually control her. She seems to be a bit confused. If she ever drops a low half health, you want to use a heal spell on her. Yeah, and that's kind of why Benji doesn't take hits too good. The game is pretty good about giving you elemental resistances, but physical resistances, you're on your own for that. Why is she using the bow? Usually I like to have the partner on auto, just because if Benji goes down, they'll revive them automatically. Yeah, she has fire. Also, when I was explaining earlier about the partner taking their turn, or taking their, like, deciding their action when their turn comes up, the reason that this matters is for one thing in particular. Benji doesn't actually take his turn until his turn passes in the turn order. So if Benji was, say, queuing up a bomb attack and died, controls, skip what? There we go. If Benji were to be using bomb, die, but is revived before he takes his turn, he still actually does his bomb turn. He doesn't skip his turn. So, very useful in some situations. Ah, so that's why you take 2 steps over. Always wondered about that. So, I need to grab an item on the way out, and then I need to stop in the town, which I usually skip and open up a chest so that I have all my item slots filled. And that's setting us up for the move in a little bit. Unfortunately, we do have to hoof it out of the ice pyramid, but this is the last time that we ever have to, well, second to last time that we have to hoof it out of a dungeon. We get a way to fix that very soon. Whoops. Also that. Open up that chest if you have less than 10 bombs. Or just in general, open up that chest. So it's good to have more bombs. Due to a bit of the weirdness of how the run goes at times. You never know when you'll need more bombs. Okay. Now I want to say these are heal potions. Fantastic. I'm good at video games. I'm bad at video games. That's it. That's actually end of run. Now I'm completely fucked. I can fix this, but it's just going to take a very long time. And I think that's what I'll do. Let me just see if I can... Okay. Yep. Alright. What happened? So there's a very specific item glitch that I will be doing later. And it requires your... It's so weird, but it requires your items to be in a very specific order, in a very specific set of items. If they're not that way, then you have fucked up royally. It will make sense when we get there, and even then, it won't make sense. Which, you know, get back into it. These things happen. I did just want to do a complete run. The annoying thing about fixing this is that, what's it called? You can't use refreshers outside of battle. Also, doing this in here will help me fix the thing I'm trying to do. Alright, so there. I sold my refreshers, or I've used all my refreshers, I've used all my heal potions, I've used all of my seeds. So, we'll fix this, and then get back to it. How much money do I have? I have plenty of money. Good. Okay. I can fix this. The good thing is knowing how a glitch works, kind of. That allows you to fix it. Yep, no, this is a, well, it's not so much a data storage problem as it is something they never expected. We're going to be doing things to the code that never should be done to the code of this game. Fortunately now, we're just getting the worst formations on these boys. There we go. Kind of arbitrary code injection. Kind of. I wasn't too wrong on the 50 minutes in for the move. So by the way, I didn't mention this before doing this part, but we are killing all. We are so. Let's go back for people who aren't familiar with Mystic Quest. Battlefields are side battles. They're meant for grinding and what have you. Sometimes they give rewards, such as that one, which gives us the exit spell, which is quite possibly the most powerful spell in the game. Except it doesn't work on bosses, but that's besides the point. Well, it doesn't work on some bosses. Speaking of which, we have exit now. Exit, the speedrunner's friend. I'm gonna grab some bombs though. That's for sure. We won't be using bombs too much more, but they're used a little bit in the run still. Alright, so how bad did I screw the pooch? Pretty bad. If I wasn't just doing this for mostly practice, I would have restarted. Alright, so I'm gonna need to buy a single seed. And then, there might be refreshers and heal potions here, but I don't know. I don't know the item placement that well. So, we have to move it all the way back to the Ice Pyramid, where I know there's a refresher, and grab that one. Should be noted, exit pops you out of a place that you enter from where you enter at. So if I were to use exit now, I would pop back to the Firebird side. Alright, now we have refreshers in our third slot. By the way, this is why when you speedrun, you just, on an emulator at the very least, you just unbind your fast forward button. Okay, so now, seed, potion, refresher, heal potion. We use the seed. So now we have empty slot, cure potion, refresher, heal potion. That's extremely important. We need that exact formation. An empty slot, where the empty item is a seed, cure, refresher, heal. Now we need to hoof it back to Firebird. That should be enough. That should be more than enough bombs. I don't need to open up any more bomb chests. So the whole reason that I messed up was I forgot to open up the refresher chest the first way up, Ice Pyramid, which then caused me to not want to open up the heal chest. But then I used up all my seeds. So when I opened up the refresher, so yeah, it was a series of unfortunate events. Alright, in Firebird Hotel. And I'll explain this once I'm done. We buy 0 seeds. None. We put 0 seeds in our inventory. We use 0 seeds. Now we have a coin. Hold up. Then we buy 19 cure potions. And that was the move. Now we have a Sun Sky coin. So, let's explain. You're not supposed to have 0 of an item in your inventory. Ever. Like, 0 isn't a slot. It should be 1, not 0. 0 is not a number. When you use 0 of an item, it underflows. And attempts to put a lot of numbers into your inventory all at once. But that's bad. So it gives you 99, like an infinite number really, and then it overflows into your next item slot, turning that into a key item. Now, I don't know what that would do if I used it. I've never done it, but I'd assume it'd break the game, like severely. Also, hi Ruben.
Nice.
For reference, we've skipped the entire third area. I don't know if you were around for it, but you missed me extremely fucking up. What was I? Where was I in the explanation? Oh, right. So when we use the zero item, it overflows into our next item slot and breaks that one. And for all intents and purposes, we can't hold cure potions anymore. because if we attempt to pick up a cure potion, it attempts to put it in the first row slot, but all those slots are filled with items that aren't cure potions, so it just continues going along until it sort of rectifies itself. You can do this with different combinations of cure potion to give yourself various what's the word I'm looking for? Key items. Pretty sure I healed the main character. See if I can life these boys. Nope. So, mummies. I did not heal the main character. God. Mummies are strong against instant death, but not against exit. Exit is its own element. Exit is you saying goodbye. Leave. Yeah, okay, that is right. This is the one setup that I can never super remember. Or, like, portion of the game. Because you're in it for such a short amount of time. But really, you fight 3 enemies with Tristram in your party, and then you're on your way. Prioritize specters over mummies because Tristram is strong against mummy or specter.
So, are Tristram's shurikens good?
They're alright. Really, Tristram is never with you for long enough for it to really matter. He's with you for the first crystal dungeon, which at that point you are at peak partner equipment glitch, and he just one-shots everything.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then the second time around, he is with you for 3 fights total. Like, even in the base game. Like, that's not even like a speedrun thing. Tristram is with you for the shortest amount of time as a temporary partner. Oh, wait, right. I have to go deep down. I have to go underground. The walk, which you try and avoid as much as possible in the speedrun, but you have to do it once. In a normal run, you do this 3 times. Because there's just an important NPC down here that the game keeps telling you to talk to. But really all he does is give you directions and a key for an item that we don't pick up. Now we get the best item, the hook shot. The hook
Nice.
shot that instantly kills things.
Wait, what?
So the claw's little battle weirdness, because each weapon has like a little bit of a weirdness in battle.
Yeah.
Aside from being the magic weapon, has 1,000 status effects attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has stone. Oh, gotta pick up Kaylee. Don't leave just yet. So here you really see the effect of skipping an entire zone and the fact that Kaylee has about 3 times our life. We kind of never catch up at this point.
Yeah, Benny's just kind of behind forever. I mean, he gets a spell, though, at one point that helps that a lot, right?
Yeah, once he obtains Flare, the ultimate spell, he's good.
Mm-hmm. He starts doing as much damage as everyone else,
His
as
flare,
opposed to, like, way less.
yeah, his Flare is just that stupidly overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of weirdness there. You actually leave and then come back in. We need to pick up Arrow, but by doing it that way, we can exit out and end up where we want to be. Because exit always warps you out to the place you entered from. You could do this fight with Tristan, but it's just way harder. And we obtain Arrow, which will be our friend for a very long time. Even once we start obtaining Wizard Magic, we still use Arrow a lot. Because the Wind Zone just has 1,000 enemies weak to wind for some reason. Oh, what was this formation? Okay.
There's no preemptive attacks in this game, right? You just walk.
No,
into
there are.
dudes. Oh, there are? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just an RNG chance.
Oh, okay. It's not like based on hitting them in the field with an axe or something.
No. I think it might be based off speed compared to like the total speed of enemies or some weird crap like that. Because when we're doing the only battlefield that we do, there's 2 enemy formations. You can fight a squid or a squid and a sphinx. And the squid and the sphinx always preempt you. So maybe it's like speed works into it in some weird way. I don't know. Yes, Kaylee does have a much nicer axe than us. We got a scrub axe. axe that she gave us at the beginning of the game. We never upgraded it. Who would?
Hey newbie, did you hear about all the Monster Hunter changes?
Oh God, yeah.
Are you interested? Or you have heard about them already? Okay.
Yeah. The only ones
Big
I
ones being
really
for
look.
you.
Yeah.
The longsword changes. Use your goddamn counter move, longsword players. That's basically what it says.
Yeah. We made it better. We'll see.
Counter slash. Time window to successfully trigger is increased, so you have a bigger window. The hitbox to successfully do it is bigger. The damage hitbox when you actually attack back is bigger. And increase the angle that the player can control the direction of the attack, so you can, like, correct more now. Like, please use foresight slash. It's so much better than everything else you have. Please, longsword players, Jesus.
I mean, I only just learned recently that if you do Fade Slash, it cuts off one of the Spirit Slashes you have to do for the big combo. So much of that stuff is a little unclear on Longsword. But yeah, God, the first time I actually landed the move with the counter was ridiculous. So the weird thing is, Kaylee is very strong. It's just that compared to Phoebe, her problem is that her biggest thing in the early parts of having her is that she has a very strong physical attack, but physical attacks can miss, whereas magic cannot.
Yeah, games where magic can't miss are always fucking wild. Because it's always, like, so good.
A lot of these fights for a bit are going to be use exit, leave Kaylee on auto because Kaylee just one-shots everything.
Yeah, and she will target something that's not being exited. It seems like the AI takes your moves into account as well.
The AI is very smart.
Shockingly smart, yeah.
Okay, this is the risky fight. So 3 leeches, you can either go slower, cast exit and manual Kaylee, or you can arrow all of them with both characters, and that will kill them. That will kill them all. But generally, Benji is not fast enough to go before the snakes get a turn, and they have a move that's like fire attack that will just instantly kill Benji.
So there's a chance it just doesn't go off.
Yep, and that can result in a game over, which is like a loss of a minute.
Yeah, it's bad. You don't want to have it happen.
Kaylee does like to favor her physical attack over her magic, which is like the one downside, because in like these formations right here of 2 worms, her arrow all will kill both of them. And the AI does not like to favor that, because she can take one out with her melee attack, and I guess they like to conserve magic. It's odd. The other thing I saw for the Monster Hunter stuff was, what's the whole thing with, like, the celebration that they're doing? Like, the spring thing.
Oh, I didn't see anything about that. I just saw the weapon patch notes.
I heard somebody say something about, like,
Yeah, right.
easier to get drops or something.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm pretty glad the only real charge blade changes are some adjusted stuff, like attack power increases from stuff other than artillery. Were changed, which might be they reduced the amount you get because it's kind of ridiculous. The super attack, the stun values are decreased for impact files, but that is because it's a nerf, but it's because they buffed the attack itself by having explosions are spaced closer together to make it easier to hit with all of them. So basically, you got a tighter choke on the explosion, but it does less stun damage. So in effect, should be about the same amount of stun damage, but more regular damage when used correctly.
Oh, okay. Somebody said in the chat, because they said it, I guess, on a live stream or something. They're turning on all the event quests.
Oh, neat.
Which was weird in the first place that those cycled. Because I don't think any Monster Hunter that had event quests ever cycled them.
I think they did cycle them, but it was like they cycled them, and then after like a year, they just made all of them permanent. For generations, I think that's how it was. Because I remember like the Yu-Gi-Oh event wasn't there, and then it just always forever was there. Okay, the Spring Blossoms vest and all that. Here it is. Devil Joe, who's the big wiener everyone hates. They show some of the equipment for him. Looks pretty cool. Pretty Devil Joe, that's for sure.
I like that the, I think it's the dual blades is just like two claws.
I really like the thing they're putting in the gathering hub for this event. If you didn't see it, they're making it look very pretty and nice.
Oh yeah.
Including a big poogie made out of flowers that they light up at night.
Also, you can now return to Gathering Hub if you're done a mission.
Oh, nice.
Which is like, it's alright. There was a smith there, and I could do my everything from there.
Also, oh man, might need to make a great sword because they designed one that actually looks cool.
Oh yeah, the one with like a jet engine on the back.
Yeah, they're putting in the community design one, the Impact 702.
Yeah.
Which has yeah, it's just a great sword, but with a fucking jet engine on the back to make it swing harder.
Yeah,
it's
if that's not the Beetlejuice
yes,
jet or the Beetlejuice sword, I don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, increase the damage for Greatsword stuff, which actually makes me consider Greatsword a little bit more, because Greatsword was not good enough for how boring it was, more than anything else. Like, it was just too dull for the amount of power it put out, which was a lot, but it was a real boring fucking weapon.
Yeah, it's sad that that's what a lot of, like, no, I kind of feel the same way, that's what a lot of, like, first-gen weapons end up.
Greatsword, I think, suffers the worst from it, because, like, Hammer just innately is simple, but it's also, you know, high damage, but high risk, because you don't have a shield. And you burn through your stamina really quickly. Lance, the counter stuff at least helps it a whole lot, be more interesting, but Greatsword, they really didn't add anything except for, like, tackle in this one, which helps you reposition a little bit. It's not very exciting. And Sword and Shield, I guess they added coatings and shit, but I don't know. I've never liked that weapon. Just, I think so. Or there's like something equivalent to it, but it's just too. It's like feels like you're doing chip damage. It's not really super fun for me.
Yep, there it is. That's death. So
Oof.
one of the rudest things that can happen in this game is if your partner gets hit with an instant death move. Just can't
Which,
fix
like,
that.
Generally, you try and be immune to them, but occasionally, Petrify slips through.
Exactly. This enemy formation in particular is just being a real butt. Now I wait for death. I'm generally not a fan of this dungeon and the tower. The tower just because it's RNG central. And this dungeon just goes on for so long. There's like, I don't know, somewhere close to like 40 fights in this place. Let's see. Oh no, that's another one, right? Right. Supposed to switch to kill using arrow all. Just forget that.
How do you switch your partner from auto to manual? Is it just like a single button?
Yeah, there's just a button.
Nice. Is it select?
No, it's actually, I don't know what it would be on the SNES, but it's the left button of the face buttons.
That would be Y. How are you gonna handle these ooze?
They're annoying. They're resistant to magic.
And a lot of your bullshittery relies on that magic.
Exactly. If there's only one in a fight, generally you can have Kaylee do a thing, and you can try and use the Dragon Claw on them, because they are weak to stone. So there's a chance that you just instant kill them, but otherwise you pray. No. Not that door. You jump in the second door here because you have to fight one less enemy. Or maybe two. You have to fight less. Yeah, no, Mystic Quest is fantastic. It's one of the main reasons that I chose to pick it up. Also, it's an RPG that you can beat in under 3 hours.
Yeah. An RPG you don't need to grind in, really, if you're playing casually. Oh, also, and we'll see if this one is true or not, but they're claiming optimized data processing to reduce loading times.
Oh god, please.
So if that's true, that'd be fucking sick. Because another thing that's making me really want it on PC is the loading times are... I mean, they're good for what it's doing, but they could be better if they were on PC.
Yep. generally...
And Gathering Hub loads faster, for what it's worth. It does seem like Gathering Hub loads a shitload faster than Big Hub.
That makes sense, when you consider that there's just less in the Gathering Hub.
Now, isn't this game the same as it is for Japanese audiences? I'm pretty sure Mystic Quest is the same in both. The one that was easier in America was Final Fantasy VI, because they released it as easy type in Japan.
I think what common means is that they made the game for America.
Oh, okay. I mean, whatever. For what it's worth, like, there's been like 2 or 3 times where the, or FF4, yeah, sorry, not 6, where the Japanese game was the harder one, and like 100 million cases of them making the American one way harder. Way harder. Like, RPGs are the only exception. And even then, there's actually a lot of American RPGs that are way fucking harder than the Japan ones. Like, what is it, 7th Saga? It's the one that's just completely unfair in American.
Yeah, something like that, because they just...
Yeah. They overtuned the shit out of it.
Where's the PC port? No. Please do not hurt my innocent baby. It's done nothing wrong.
How about a PC release of Mystic Quest with the same love and care that Wonder Boy got? Wonder Boy 3 got?
Hell yeah, now we're talking.
Now we're getting somewhere. Mostly because imagine how sick they could make the fucking updated soundtrack.
Like, that, but also...
Because, like, Wonder Boy 3's soundtrack is fucking dope. And imagine an updated version of this one. And also, they could make the damaged enemy sprites look real good.
But also, like, think doing that, doing that, thing where you stop the transition halfway across the screen, but with the battle screen.
Yeah, so half of the fight is old and half is new. Also, I do like that the knocked out text is instead fatal.
You're dead. Benji fucking died.
Yeah, like Metal Gear Solid had the way, or Metal Gear Solid 2 at least had the way harder version in Europe, and the American version was harder than the Japanese one.
Oh yeah.
Devil May Cry 3, the American version was way fucking harder. Contra Hardcore, the American version was approximately 1 billion times as hard. Way ridiculous compared to the original. Like, Japanese one, you had 3 hits per life.
Yeah, what
before
if
you died and dropped your weapon
the hits?
And everything. Yeah, what if... And the other thing is it's worse than 1/3 of your health because it also means you drop a weapon every time you get hit. As opposed to every 3. So, like, you're just regularly dropping your best weapons on the ground. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, watching you play through and then sitting down and watching more This Is the Run.
This is the run, yeah.
Really kind of hammered that home.
Having good weapons is a huge part of doing well in hardcore. But yeah, I would adore a Lizard Cube re-release of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. That'd be dope as fuck. But free time, I'd probably try and write an article for Polygon about how your game deserves that kind of treatment on re-releases. Give it to it. Chrono Trigger deserves better.
I'm super sloppy, but to be expected after not playing for like a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if your first run after a couple months isn't bad, something's wrong.
So the 3 skeletal formation kind of has the same problem with the 3 worms in that it's... You can just arrow with both the main characters, and kill, if you're lucky. But generally you won't. Generally they'll do something real rude. Or that happens. Or my character just kills me, and then she gets hit by Doom Dance. 1 skeleton. Okay, but that's out of the way. Boss time. Finally. God, I hate the tree. Such a boring fucking dungeon.
Would you say the tree is like the second worst one other than Pazuzu's Tower?
Easily.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're just fighting the same, like, both those dungeons. Like, Pazuzu's has a problem because of the RNG, but, like, both those dungeons, you're just plodding along, fighting the same fights over and over and over again. Whereas other dungeons either go quickly or are changing up the enemies a lot over the course of it.
I love that other older Final Fantasies in particular, I find, like, really respect chimeras and make them very dangerous. Because they fucking should be.
Yeah.
They're horrifying mythical beasts composed of 3 very dangerous components. Usually plus a scorpion tail, just as a little extra fuck you.
Alright, we're actually, you know, knock on wood, but we're actually getting fantastic fucking RNG on the Chimera. And there we go. Of course, I'm actually just going to try and go for it. Oh, fuck.
Oofa doofa, yeah, that's pretty mean.
Yep, there we go.
Ooh, got there. Oh, didn't get there. Never mind. I thought you had one more.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's why I went for it. The more this run is fucked. End me now.
Wow.
Instant death is the worst.
Now, does Benji have a way to revive, or no?
No, because we skipped the fire zone, he never picks up the life spell.
Oh. Uh-oh.
But the things with instant death are down, so it's a little bit better. The Chimera can still petrify, but I'll just be more... I'll just do safe strats.
Oh, man, that petrify, though.
Yeah, that's why you want to... You're seeing right there, that's why you want to manually input Kaylee's, because again, she just likes to go to her physical attack, for some reason.
Even though Tornado's, like, way better here.
It's 1000% better.
Oofa.
Now, the nice thing is that if something happens, like you go, main character needs to be healed, or whatever, you can just slap your partner over to AI real fast, and they'll auto-punch in the spell. Alright, that should be the turn, though. Yep. Chimera goes down. I think you actually need to switch the sword for that one, but I always forget that. It's the one door you don't need to switch the sword to open up.
Let me walk you there! My face is very tiny compared to the whole of the tree.
Look, I didn't even think about that.
Very tiny face, very large body. Don't worry about it. So you're just gonna exit out of here, or do you need to actually go back down?
No, you walk out of this one. because we actually need... So, the weird thing about this dungeon, and it's the reason that you don't get this on the way up, when you kill it, because like your whole thing is you're going in there to wipe out the monsters, when you kill the Chimera, all the monsters disappear. And there is...
okay, so you can go safely get a couple items you need.
Exactly. The meteor spell is in here, which doesn't get used a ton, but is outrageously useful for the next dungeon.
Okay. So it's still a net time save, basically.
Exactly. And now we exit. Also, I didn't address this, but yeah, because we skipped the entirety of the fire zone, we never break out the fire crystal. The entirety of the wind zone just still has the mysterious cloud over it. And then here is the one accessory we buy, because it gives us 1,000 status resists. Like, I'm already behind.
Sorry, it looks like the houses won't shut up.
Yeah, I'm already behind, so I'll just show this. The amulet, the Cupid's locket, gives us confuse, blind, and silence resist.
Ah.
The good shit.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Because we did the shenanigans earlier to give us certain items, we have Mobius Crest. Lets us warp back to Firebird, specifically into the basement of a guy's house that we would have to break into, so we can talk to him and upgrade our bombs.
Alright, well I got a dip, but I look forward to learning all of this Saturday.
Yeah, huh? Go have fun.
Take it easy.
Later. And then, I think normally you would want to exit out of there for speed purposes, but I walked, because I'm a chump. Out of here tells us there is a problem with the wind coming from the mountain. So it's next dungeon time. Oh! With this extremely good music that's used like 2 dungeons. To be fair, Lava Dome's music is only used in Lava Dome. So, that happens. I think we go up here, yes. So, and I'm just going to scroll down to make sure because, again, we're learning. We're making sure that we do this shit right. Every fight in Mount Gale can be cleared with Meteor. Here for the follow. Meteor, Hardcast, Arrow, Hardcast. Yeah, I can still get specific splits to be really good, which will lower my sum of best. And yes, it's here we need to this. Yeah, comma, it's the Sad Hoggin. Luckily, Mount Ordeal, or Mount Gale, God, I'll do that forever, is a pretty quick one. Like, this just goes to show you, look at the splits, including all the shenanigans in, like, the indoors. Look at the difference between those last 2 splits. You have a difference of like a half hour. Whoops. I just run. I streamed 4. I already did that. Okay, fixed it. But yeah, look at the difference in the splits of like a half hour and like whatever this is gonna be. PSP, FF4. There's an idea. Okay. PSP has extra dungeons, if I remember right. Yeah, Dual Hunt has an excellent sprite. And though she's already kind of on auto, she's going to switch her over. Oh, well, almost had a positive split today. Yeah, the Headless Horseman is Headless Horse. That makes sense. Oh, fuck. I didn't heal before coming in here. I thought I did. Oh, well. I'll pull it off. I'm good at video games. And then, you know, just because the game hates me. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Benji... Did I get KO'd? Ugh. Benji isn't completely outclassed, it's just that, well, A, I'm massively underleveled, and, B, he actually, once gets a certain spell, becomes very good at what he does. And that's dealing damage. Man. Dualhan is just being exceptionally rude today. All right. Yeah, once you're past Minotaur, like, the first boss, every fight becomes... Huh, I wonder if I die today. You know? Also, just, like, as a reference, for how bad Pazuzu's tower is. I'm way over my time. I'm only 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes ahead. Alright, it's tower time. I forgot to put her on auto or off of auto. This might work. Nope. Fuck me. There's this weird thing with this game of having to remember, like, what all your previous actions were. That super doesn't come up that much in the early game. Because the early game is a lot of just either your partner's on auto or they're not. While exit is great, and I love that it is such a main part of the strat, I hate that it's a chance to miss. So, let's talk about Pazuzu's tower and the actual gimmick of the dungeon. So, what we just saw there was the boss, Pazuzu, and he fucked off. He went to nice. He went to a different floor. Good stuff. He went to a different floor, and now that floor is completely random. Mattering on what floor we get, this dungeon is like 20 minutes long or 40 minutes long. Exit life. Oh no, yeah, it's extremely a nightmare. Pretty much you're not going to get a world record unless Pazuzu is on floor 6. Again, I'm not aiming for that right now, so that's fine. And then once we, but, bleh, bleh. So Pazuzu is a pretty hard fight, and the climb up the tower is really rough because a lot of the various enemy formations and everything, and shit like that can happen. But once we actually hit the top of the tower, we get a tool added to our repertoire, which just makes the rest of the tower piss easy. And more or less normal encounters in the game from then on, too, are pretty easy. Bosses will still be a bit of a problem from time to time, but that's a whole nother thing. I forget, 4 birds is... Okay. Yeah, see, this is the thing of, like, I'm gonna have to give, on Saturday, I'm gonna have to give Ty this thing and be like, have this on standby, because, like, I've run this so many times and I still don't have all the enemy formations just, like, memorized, solidified in my head. Whoa! Let's not exit. That'd be bad. Alright, welcome to hell. Literally, the guide's explanation for Manticore is cast exit, cast life, pray. Manticore is the utmost RNG normal fight that you will fight in the entire game. Oops, and I forgot, you always have to manual target life. Even if it reselects life, you have to manual target. Pazuzu's tower sort of suffers from the same thing that at least, like, for my enjoyment, that the tree suffers from, in that there's just so much bullshit in here. And really, I should have sword equipped. So again, I mentioned this before, but I think it might have been before a tie host. That's not good. So I'll talk about it again real fast. Each weapon has a weird property to it. The axe hits extremely hard. The bombs are AoE. The sword, and more so the Excalibur, which is the final sword, it does okay damage, but has +5 speed on it. And the claw, the claw has +5 magic and a ton of status effects. So, if you're fighting a boss and you're using magic, you're generally going to be having the claw equipped. If you're doing these random encounters where you're casting exit, you actually want to have the sword, because it just makes your turn come out a little bit faster. And sometimes that's enough. I think this encounter is you just run. Let me just double check that real quick. No, okay. In this situation, you fight this encounter. There's definitely a situation later where you fuck off. Damn it. Hitting buttons too fast. Yeah, it's Headless Horse 2, the sequel to that. To Horsen. Man of Horse. That was wrong. Ugh. Okay, whatever. Good at video games. Yeah, maybe horses in this world just don't have heads. You don't know that. Don't be so judgmental. I like that we just got to the point where Benji can actually eat both of those quakes and not explode. Only I had more cure spells. Oh wait. Oh, I was drinking from a water bottle, could you tell? By the fact that I slowed down completely. See, that's the thing they don't tell you about speedrunning long games, is a lot of it is, how long can you go without having to stop? I think Wizard actually has a... Nope, it's exit arrow. I was correct. You know, because in a normal playthrough of this game, one of the first status resistances you get is silence. So, I don't think I've ever actually seen the silent status effect. Like, 100% legit. I don't think I've seen it before. God. To be fair, she is blind. Alright, it's almost time. It's almost time for Ascended Benji. Violent Benji. That and then arrow on the wizard should do the trick. Flare. Now we don't give a fuck. We give... Well, okay. We still care about that. We still care about sleep. Oh, that's right. You can't defend properly if you're confused. Or if you're blinded. That's one thing that I learned recently that is really confusing. So a lot of the fights from here on, except for like pseudopods and stuff like that, because they reflect magic, are going to be Kaylee gets the fight down to 2 enemies, Benji casts Flare. Oh, that's whammy. So, the way the Pazuzu puzzle works is Pazuzu moves to a floor. And you need to close him off if he is on specific floors. This can lead to... Actually, does this setup change? I think this one... Yeah, because this one has a pseudopod in it, this one actually doesn't change. This is still exit arrow. So, the best outcome that you actually want is one that we didn't get. So, we are not getting a good split. Because I've had splits where I've gotten that one. But it is floor 6. You want him on this floor. If that happens, you hit that switch and you fight the boss. That's it. With the way that I walked over there to check, that is more or less the optimal routing. You check, you hit the switch. Well, actually, you hit the switch, then you check, and then you run back. But you want to talk about like completely 100% optimal. But now we get to check other floors. The fact that I went down one floor and he's not there is concerning. I think I now need to work my way around. This is the routing that I never remember for Pazuzu's Tower. Because it's a bunch of different routing, mattering on what floor he pops out at. I think that just gets me to items. That's where I came from. I think I just keep going down this path. But you know what? This is learning. Because I'm going to have to be able to explain this on Saturday. Right, on what Ty gets. I've never gotten a... No, that's not right. I have gotten floor 2 once. Floor 2 is the absolute worst floor to get, because it actually requires you to go all the way up the castle and then all the way back down. Pretty much doing the entire dungeon twice. Yeah, okay, this was right. Well, gonna be one of those towers. So that's Excalibur. We generally don't pick that up on these runs. Mainly because there's like a half dozen enemies to get through, and we're going to be casting Flare every chance we get. So we just don't care about Excalibur. Oh, numbers. It'll give us some extra stats, but that's about it. And only if we have it equipped. But speaking of having something equipped, I should have the claw equipped, because I'm using magic. Most enemies die instantly anyway, so it not really too much of a concern. But still, it's a good habit to get into, switching to the claw. Alright, so Pazuzu isn't on this floor. This is floor 4. At this point, if you were actually, again, going for a record, well, if you're going for a record, you would have restarted as soon as you didn't see him on floor 6. But we're more or less going to be praying that he shows up one floor down. Alright, I had a brain fart there. Yeah, we didn't actually want to come this way yet. We wanted to go down a staircase. We do always want to hit that switch though. Ah, piss. Well, it's not the worst, but he's on floor 3. At this point, what this means is... we hit this switch, and then I have to figure out how to get back to floor 1, and then we loop around. The nice thing, compared to having a floor 2 Pazuzu, which is the pits, is floor 2 Pazuzu is a floor 3 Pazuzu that requires you to visit floor 2 as well. Also, that was a mistake. Oh no. Let's try it again. Wait. That's not how that went. You dick. Good. Whatever. Okay. So. Now I have to remember how to do this. I think this is floor 4. So I think you take this staircase. By the way, the best part of all this is, like, I have to solve a math equation for how to get to Pazuzu. Of, like, if and ors and what have you. Pazuzu ain't a free fight. Pazuzu's still a damn fight when we do finally get to him. Yeah, Pazuzu makes you work for your rainbow. Yes, okay, this is right. We fight... We fight one Lamia fight. Take that stairway down. And then we're back on the first floor, and then we loop back around. See, the thing... Oh, god damn it. I swear fights were supposed to get easier once I got Flare. Eh. Whatever. It's the fight down. Yeah, so like floor 2, we would have to loop around there, go through there, talk to him there, and then go all the way around. Oh, this isn't even the right thing, is it? Oh. Oh, no. Alright, well. Now I know. Alright, so that's not how you get back to floor 1 that way. That's not how you make the loop. God, how do you make the loop? That goes back up. It's not the right way. Floor 3 goes down here. You go across there. That doesn't go anywhere. You have to go down from here? Man, I thought I had it right. Yeah, no. The tower is supremely rough and just very rude all around. Alright. We're on floor... No, we're not. Okay, no, this is right. Oh, my brain. Solve for X. Floor 1. Zip across. Then we take this staircase. Back up. Okay, so if he's not on floor... I did not think about... I didn't think he could be on floor 1. I learned a thing today. Okay. Welcome to Pazuzu. Pazuzu is one of the rudest bosses in the game. Pazuzu is the first boss with a mechanic. But we'll see that in a bit. For now, we're just going to dish some damage. Alright, here it comes. Witness. Pazuzu's mechanic. Wings. So, what the wings are, and we're slow enough that we can do this. For the turn that he has the shield up, he will counter magic. He reflects the magic back. That's about it. He does the wings every 4 or so turns. Well, okay, the first time he does wings after 5. Second time he does them after 4. Rinse and repeat. Again, as I stated before, the nice thing is at this point Benji is slow enough that we can use Flare on the turn that it comes down. Kaylee is too fast and has chance of going before the boss brings the wings down. We may skip his extremely damaged phase. Or at least the look. The look and feel of damage. Zoo. Oh, there he goes. Goodbye. Now, big thing. Extremely important. Cannot emphasize this. Don't pick up that chest. We already have a sky coin. I don't know what would happen if I open that chest. You sell seeds. No, cure potions. God damn it, I always forget. Cure potions are next to the end. Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna beat my estimate either. You sell cure potions. No, you're the Makari, you see. Alright, 0 cure potions. Ruben joins. We need to go get a Thunderstone. We now have a Thunderstone. Oh! Oh god, no, not the tower. Ugh. Confusing myself. Alright, got that. It's actually faster to exit and go back in. No, yeah, it's extremely... Like, this is why I wanted to do this run before Ty's thing on Saturdays, because I knew I was going to be extremely rusty. Oh, fuck. Immediately. Oh, what's this enemy formation? Ruben is the only partner that you will never put on auto. You need to manually input all of Ruben's things because, more so than Kaylee, his default action is to punch. And there, we finally upgrade our armor. That's my hat. What the? Oh no, Ruben died. Ruben's like, oh fuck, right, I fell off a fucking bridge. Oh shit, my bones. All my bones. So this is one of my favorite warps. Mainly because it is actually faster to sleep in the inn. So the real fucked up thing about all this run, why are you still doing splits? Because that was a perfect fucking boat. There's still some optimization in there, for sure. But, that boat was perfect. Like, I got all the correct enemy formations and everything. "38 minutes over, but I did that boat in 20 seconds. Alright, back to not doing what the fuck, knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, so that's that fight. And then, yes, this is the one that you get down on. Because if you hold right the whole time, yep, you get there. Trying to be a little tricksy, and that's what I get. Alright. Age of Shield is outrageously important because it gives us immunity to petrify. So now the only thing that really, I think, scares us is sleep and instant death. Now, unfortunately, we can't get our ally immunity to petrify. Though, you can, there is an ally that gets immunity to death. And that would be Tristan. But that's a whole nother thing. Alright, welcome to the first boss. Refights. Scholar's Rex is vulnerable to instant death. We'll see if that works. Yeah, it did. Alright, that's first refight. Fun fact, Scholar's Rex is also vulnerable to Petrify. So most people normally playing through this game would hit him with the Dragon Claw and kill him outright. It's actually not like a well-guarded secret that that boy is super weak to fucking everything. Sorry, I'm checking my notes. Okay, that's what I thought. Yes, the dogs in this are extremely good. Alright, yeah, that's right. I wasn't 100% sure, but every encounter in here is the same. In this part. Oh, right. You don't need to hook shot across that. You can just jump. Frequently forgotten. I can finish this in 20 minutes. See if we can get a good split on this. Get a good Doom split. Get a good Dang King split. Dang King Cole. I can't hookshot there. I actually need to walk back. That's the from downtown hookshot. Very special. Not many can pull that off. Oh, fuck. That jump was a mistake. It's okay. We're not failing yet. Hold up. Yeah, okay. 'Cause I'm pretty sure the Ifrit is immune? Or resistant to flare? Yeah, I think that one was Meteor. I think that was misput in. I think it's Meteor with Ben. Well, that's all good. No, I should have actually ran and did testing on that. Alright. Top everyone off. Refight 2. Second verse. Outstandingly similar to the first. And that's actually the last of the gimme fights. The other 2 refights are actually fights, you know? Now, I believe every fight here is flare white. Yes. You know, unless they do that. At that point, like, you know, what are you gonna do? Old Orange Jesus has it out for me. So, I don't think I've mentioned it. Oh, fuck. That was a missed input. Oh well, we'll make it up. 1 extra turn. So, I haven't really talked about it, but what the defending, having your partner defend you, actually does is it makes the enemy focus on you that turn, or focus on that person that turn, with everything. This is extremely handy for, say, things like multi-target attacks, because both hits will go to that singular person. It's actually it's used for the final boss a lot. Like one of the main things that kind of makes the strategy for the final boss work. Especially considering that Benji is severely underleveled. Alright. Dragon Refight. AKA Sir not appearing in this playthrough. So the dragon is oddly dangerous. What makes the dragon so extremely dangerous is the fact that due to the path that you take over the course of the game, and you're seeing it right there. Due to the path that you take over the course of the game, you never pick up fire resist. As such, the Twin Wyvern here is actually really hard. Because, whereas by this point, you're generally like resisting every element in the game, you're taking full damage from fire. Also, the dragon is pretty fast. If you're going for fast kill, you want to be aggressive. Fortunately, sometimes the dragon is not that kind. The dragon seems to be, like, really going for my ally, which is weird and something you don't really see happen too much. Or at least, like, it'll happen, but it won't happen that much. I mean, the annoying thing is... yeah, I think I might just have to have Benji be like an off-healer. Like ounce of prevention, pound of cure. Ooh, he mad. Yeah, we should be good at this point. If not, well. Oh well. Hey! Little celebratory claw grab. Fortunately, still have the hardest part of the tower to take you down. I went through a lot of magic in that. Let's get that refilled too. Luckily, I remember all of this formation. The real fun part is remembering another thing at the end. America. Okay, yeah. The Pazuzu section has, you know, fittingly, the most enemies that you have to chew through. And the hardest refight. Might actually hit 23. I can't remember. Oh, alright. I'm gonna have to do some quick math. I think 24 is the magic number for certain things. Make sure I did that one right. Uh-oh, meteor. Oh, I see. Whatever, I can recover. I'm in the menu. Nice. Aha! Joke's on you. See, that's why it just pays. Like, I've heard a ton of people be like, well, if you want a world record, don't go get the shield. That's just wasted time getting that shield on the first floor. But it's like, my dude, so many things. So many things use Petrify in the final dungeon. You'd be dumb not to get the shield. See? 2 fights in a row. Now, Doom, Doom you can't do anything about. Can't do anything about Doom. Might get lucky here? Rad. So I looked up a sprite sheet recently, obviously to get all the sprites for the splits. That's the special dog. We don't kill that dog. And I learned that the fade out thing that enemies do when you kill them, that's not an effect. They actually just have... They actually just have a... Wait, really? Okay. A bunch of sprites that they cycle through. Alright, so I'd say with perfect movement, there'd still be a chance for a gold split here. With that's perfect movement and the best zoo that I've ever seen. Because welcome to Zoo! That was me getting greedy. So. Oh, fuck. You know, that kind of works. A thing to note about Zoo, other than being resistant to Earth, why? So there's that. Nice! There's that. Well, kill me. So Zoo has instant death. Amongst other things. As does that Thanatos. He also is just, you know, Pazuzu, but better. Like, amongst other things. The one lucky thing is there is an irregularity in his AI routine that sometimes makes him use his counter as an attack. And that's when you see Psycho Shield come up and it deals 1 damage. That is pretty much the luckiest turn you can have. You only have to hit him with spells 10 times. He only has 20k health, I want to say. But he also has an instant kill spell. Nice! Well, like I said, it would have needed to be on the first attempt, but that was an amazing Zoo. That second attempt, that was fantastic. That was pretty much what you want from a Zoo. Is a lot of Psycho Shield, failed counters, so on and so forth. By the way, what I just did there, that's actually the correct move. It is way faster to get out this way. Alright, and Zoo was the final boss, by the way, because, for those not familiar, Dark King is a joke. Turn 1. Whoop. Oh, okay, hold up. Turn 1. That could be a problem. And that's it. So for reference, there is an extreme under overflow glitch with the main character's cure on the Dark King. So that's why that happens. and it under/overflows so hard that you need Phoebe to cure back a phase so that he actually triggers the conversation that he's supposed to say to transition into second phase. And then that just completely that method just completely skips the what's it called? The third phase. There's a phase where he actually looks like a spider, and that just skips it completely. But yeah, that's it for the run. That's all I'm doing for tonight. I have a couple people that are waiting on me for something else, so I gotta go hop over to that. I'm gonna pass the lot of you. I'm gonna guess that Ty is still going, so I'm gonna pass you over to Ty. He's still doing his business casual. Tomorrow, 8:30, I'll be doing Zelda Oracle of Ages. Friday, 8:30. These are all Eastern PM. I'll be doing Fire Emblem 8 or 6. God, I can't say anything right. And then Saturday, I had a message with him. Let me just check that real fast. 2 p.m. EST. 2 p.m. EST. I'll be over at Ty's channel for 12 hours, where he's going to be doing the same speed run. So, stop by and catch that. It'll be good. But yeah. Hold up. Let me just turn off global hotkeys. Oracle of Ages. I already beat Seasons, but Oracle of Ages. So yeah, I'm going to host over to Ty. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. I'll see you around. Oh, I'm still recording. Whoops.